Hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, and I just finished a 2-page layout, so I thought time to make a card from some scraps. These are not scraps from the layout, but I did pull out scraps from my scrap bins. I also just recently got a whole bunch of swaps, and included in that was this stamp color cut swap of some sharks. I have a friend who lives in Great Britain who loves sharks. So I'm going to make a little shark related card for him. I pulled out this Vicki B stencil. I've cut I have my card base, my folded card base, and then this is a card mat that's a 1/4 inch smaller than the card base, not on each side, a 1/16 on each side. Sorry, an 1/8 on each side. And I'm going to use some mint tape to mask the bottom of this. I probably didn't need to do this. Thinking about it now, I could have just done the whole stencil and then just covered it up with the blue papers, ding dong. So do what I say, not what I do. Here's a lesson learned. I didn't need to go to all this trouble of this particular masking. I could have just done the whole card and not worried about it so much. So my stencil was moving a little bit. So I'm using 2 different yellows, and you just pick whatever yellow oxides you like. So I'm picking one that's bright and then one that's a little warmer. I'm just going to color in that sun. So yeah, look, and then go back over it with the lighter color. And I am pleased with that, but once again, I could have just gone further down the page because I was covering it up with paper. I made it more complicated than it needed to be. So if you do a card like this, simplify. So I'm going to pull out my Creative Memories border maker, and I have a wave border on there. If you don't have this system, you can easily just tear the paper. It's especially nice if you use white core paper and tear it, because then it looks like foam on top of the water. So that's another option. I just decided to use my border maker because I have it. Why not use your tools if you have them? But the tearing looks good too. So I've done each end of that, and I decided I wanted a 3rd paper to include. So I'm just looking for a scrap that will fit in the system. This one just barely fits. It will hold down with the magnet. And I'm going to layer those up across the bottom. So just cut this in half so I have 2 pieces. And I can flip them so the waves kind of go in different directions. And I'm just looking at it to see if I like the look of it. I think that's pretty cute. And then I'm going to tuck in the you see why I could have just done that yellow all the way down the page or further down the page. Silly me. But I do like the look of that. I need to make sure I get all the way to the bottom of the card. And I am going to end up adding another layer. You see that little plaid paper? I decide to do the same treatment to that one and add it to the bottom of the page, just so I have a little bit of a pattern paper. I am placing these waves so that they're slightly offset from each other, not exactly aligned. I think that looks a little better. And then I'm just trying to decide where I'm going to put the sentiment, which I end up not using. but it said, "You've got this," and it's because he's gone through a little medical procedure. But this card's going to take a few weeks to get there, probably, because it's in Great Britain. So he's going to be over it by then. So I kind of changed my mind partway through this. So this was glued to the big shark, the word Jawsome, and I'm going to pull it apart to make life easier so I can really tuck that shark into the waves. And I like that look a little better. And then I decide, I look on the same stamp set, and I have the word your. So I'm going to mask it with mixed success, I might add. So the word your there is at the top, but it's really close to the bottom word. So I put some masking tape on it. Well, the mint tape. And trying to get the whole word, and I mostly succeed, but it takes a couple tries on this little scrap of paper. And then you take the tape off, which is a step I forget to do the next time I do this. So I've got a little gap in the word, in the Y. So I'm going to try it again. And this time when I stamp it, I forget to remove the tape. So now I remove the tape, and I should get a cleaner word, your, and that one came out better. So, you know, a little trial and error. I don't do a ton of stamping, you know, just a little bit. I don't stamp on every layout by any means. So it's always a relearning process for me. So I'm just trimming that out. And then I pull out speckled egg is the color that I think that the my swap partner used. So this is from Ginger's Corner Swaps, so go on there and join a swap, get all sorts of fun stuff. Also, please give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. I'm just over 500 subscribers, which is really exciting. So of course my next goal is to hit 1,000. So I think adding this extra layer is super cute. That gives it a little more texture. And a cute place to tuck that other shark in. I didn't pop a lot of things up on this. I could have popped up the title, Jawsome. Probably would have looked good, but I'm happy with it. And then I'm going to add some water drop. They're half circle clear little dots. So I just love using these for water. So I pull out a few, and I'm just going to do a couple at the bottom as if they were enamel dots. And y'all, I cannot find my little pickup tool. I have no idea where it is. I think I have a second one somewhere. I need to find it. I mean, my desk is a mess. Let me be clear. So I'm sure it's on my desk somewhere. I need to do a good cleanup. So I decide to adjust this little shark a little bit, mostly because I had a little boo-boo where the template didn't cut super clean, so I just want to cover it. All right, there we go. And I think we're ready for some close-ups. of this super cute card. I now need to get it in the mail. I'm good about making cards, y'all. I'm not so good about mailing them out. I don't know. Comment below if you have that same issue. All right, you're Jawsome. I think that's a cute card. Thanks a lot, you guys.